Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Woo! I'm late to the party on this one. This is a PowerCon exclusive from last year from Valaverse. Just gonna rip on into it and go for the best. So, I bought this figure from Valaverse.com. I have another one. He's hanging out on the shelf. I just look to see it, but you can't see me doing that. Anyway, welcome back to the channel, Jeff. Yeah, Shmada Toys. Let's talk about it. So, I don't know shit about Motu. I know one thing about Motu. I really enjoyed the movie. Yes, the movie with Dolph Lundgren. Yes, that movie. Yes. And this is going to be blasphemy to some, but I really enjoyed the Kevin Smith Netflix series of Revelations and Revolutions and all that fun stuff, and yada shmada, and check it out if you can. I don't get paid to say that, but it'd be nice if I did. Doing free advertising for companies. Regardless, moving right along with the speed of a lion. I'm moving stuff off to the side right now with my camera, so yeah. Let's take a look at the old figure. There you see it in its window box. There you see it on its side with some cool artwork. And if you put this one up against the glow-in-the-dark one that recently came out, they match up. There's the back of the box. Some pretty cool renders right there. It's got all the things. It is an action figure box. So one thing that this company does that, a company that is made famous for their war toys and their war sims is they have a card here with some information. So let's put this right here. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. If you can read this, you don't need glasses. And going right from there, where you can find them out, there's a little bit of a QR code there if you really want to scan it. Put it right there up against the screen. Boom, bam. And you also get 5 action points. What are action points? So action points are basically based off the old flag point system back in the day when youngsters had G.I. Joes. What that means for you. So, right now the only offer is a Covert Ops Condor, which is loosely based on the first opening minutes of Casino Royale with that Bond flick. And you got Condor in almost the exact same clothing. And he's not telling somebody to stop putting their hand to their goddamn ear. Which was brilliant writing, by the way, I might say. That was one of my favorite parts besides the opening sequence of parkour. And my light puck is going off for some reason, so I'm going to strategically put that over there. So alright, let's get this bitch open, and then we'll go from there. So, Bobby Vala, love him or hate him, he can make a toy, and every interaction I've ever had with him has been a good one, so I'm just going to say that right off the hand. You can, whatever, G.I. Joe classified this, G.I. Joe classified that. Stole designs, didn't steal designs, we're assholes, we don't like that somebody else made war toys, whatever. It's fine. It doesn't bother me. But, I got to say, so I'm going to clip those points out later so that I can get my Condor. I've been sitting on it for a while. You send in 20 points, and then $15, and you get your Condor. And then you also gotta send in your receipt of what you got. So, proof of purchase. Excellent. All of that happened like I wanted it to. Stuff fell. It happens. I'll put the guard back there. So, as you can see, this here fella comes with some cool stuff. Do I have a pointer stick? I'm very professional with when I talk about toys, I might add. Always prepared, never caught off guard. Hey, we're going to use this thing. So, it comes with that cool rifle. This is kind of the standard for the Swarm, I've noticed, is that they always get this rifle or a version of it, which is pretty cool. It's got the Hordak colors, red and black. You got a Shmata, you got the jetpack with the bug wings so that flight can happen. You've got a translucent red figure stand. And I know other people of him and Hod have gone over like, oh, these figure stands are the greatest thing since sliced bread. And I'm kind of forced to agree. And not really forced, just kind of mutually agree with you on that. Because you'd think that an action figure company would just insert these automatically. And this company does that. So you can have a figure stand. So you can pop your figure down on the shelf and go from there. You'd think that would just be a natural thing and not part... It's just, every figure has a figure stand from this company, and it's great. Moving right along to the shield. The shield is cool as hell. It's all red and Hy-Vee. And then upstairs, we've got the cool pistol gun. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 hands. So give this guy a hand for all the hands that he has. So... Is it taped in? I think it... Nope, it's not taped in. That's good. So I'm just... Like giving birth, we're just gonna push and pull and... Oh, damn it, there's a thing. We're gonna get the hands out there. So normally I would take my time and this would be all fancy and I just wouldn't be pushing it out, but... Nobody got time for that. Rifle, shield, perfect. And now we just gotta yeah. That goes in the trash somewhere. All right. If you've handled a 6-inch action figure before, you know their articulation. Cool thing is about this thing is that the thigh crunch isn't like as predominant or even there. It's got the upper torso crunch, which is on a ball peg, followed by the torso itself, which is on a ball peg. So it gives you more defined and dynamic maneuvering when you're playing with your action figures. So posing and things like that, a whole lot easier as opposed to some other companies. Marvel Legends, Star Wars, all that stuff, they've still got that hideous thigh crunch on some of their figures. On other figures, they don't. Why they wouldn't just stick to a normal fucking plan is beyond me, but here we are. So, I didn't have to heat this figure up, so there will not be any dynamic hair blower or hair dryer scenes in this. Sorry to disappoint, but we've got this cool figure, the Horde Tracer. Right? That's what we're calling it. I love the colors on this thing. The red and the black and the gray just kind of pop. Makes it look really cool. Got a knife sheath in the back, so I'm going to take the old knife and put the old knife in. There we go. Ready to rock and roll there. We're going to take the old sidearm. These guns are cool. I don't know the names of them, but they look like the guns from Blade. I'm really just happy to have them. And we're going to put that right there. So there you go. We've got that going. We've got that going. We've got that going. He's got a cool little pose going. We're going to take the Rifle, this thing, and we're going to slam this in his hand so you can see what that looks like, because that matters, I guess, to some people. Even though you've seen a gun in an action figure's hand before, it's just... There you go. He's ready for action. So he's got that going. Pretty cool. Let's talk about this head sculpt real quick as I'm here. So, camera. The head sculpt itself is pretty cool. I like the features on it. I like that it's very, very scary and very spoopy. It kind of looks like, you know, in your own little play world, in your own little photography, it could be a vampire mercenary for that matter who's all geared up and ready to go. You know, that face on there is terrifying for the helmet. You know, not much is known about the Swarm. They started showing up after the fall in the comics lore and in the story lore. If you're on the fence about this, go to Valaverse.com, read the summary of the lore, and then pick up the omnibus is there. I think it's like $30, and read the lore of this thing, because it's fun. It's a little weird sometimes, but it's fun. It's, you know, The United States, nay, the world, has fallen into disarray, and, Action Force, a small tactical group of folks, are just there trying to fight the tide. And, they've got the garrison, which is your typical, the South will rise again, we're not as racist as we were type folks. And then you've got local militias that protect parts of each state that is now its own independent state. Then you've got Action Force that's just kind of hanging out with those militias, just trying to do the best that they can do. So kind of a, it's not really a bigger force, but just a smaller force of folks doing good things. So that's my fault. He's on a goddamn wobbly. There we go. So there we go. We got him all posed up. He's ready for war. The riot shield, it's a riot shield. I still don't care for them in this kind of situation, but that's just me. I mean, this way he can just block bullets and... But what about shockwaves? Shockwaves didn't make sense. But it's a cool figure. He's got all the hands that, like a Mafex or a Mezco or a deluxe figure should come with. He's got a whole shit ton of cool accoutrement. And he looks like a badass. He looks scary. I wouldn't want to encounter that. Details on the jetpack are pretty dope. Got the little blue flame there. The wings do go up and down. So you can get these in cool positions. So he's getting ready for takeoff, or the wings are settling after landing, or stuff like that. It's just cool stuff all around. And you can get him at a good angle. And, he's kind of... It's just a fun figure. That's all I can really say. I do have one complaint, though. I wish that I can make him a lefty. Well, Jeff, you can by switching the weapons and the... This is true. Except for the holster part. I wish that there were left-handed holsters. That is my biggest complaint, and it's my only bitch I have about this line. I like the articulation. I like everything else. I like the theme. I like everything about it. Left-handed holsters, please. That's all I want. That and maybe Batman. Who doesn't want Batman? Long story longer. If you've got I think it's $45 on the Valaverse site, maybe $50. It's worth the $45 to $50. You're not going to buy this and have regret about it. You're going to buy this and you're going to go, this figure's dope as hell. Welcome to new bad guy Batman villain. I mean, he can make a decent modern day Firefly, or Firefly from Batman. Yeah, Firefly from Batman. And the guy that just sent stuff on fires and rode around in a jetpack. It's just a great, cool figure. And I can't talk more pleasantly about this figure. I do like it. But I also like other stuff too. So it's just, I'm not sucking the dick of Action Force here. I don't want to be accused of that. I don't want any of the bullshit that goes along with people that like Action Force to follow this. I'm just simply stating that it's a good figure. And maybe if you got over some of your own shit, people that don't like this company, you would like this figure. Because it's a good, well-constructed figure. I'm done now. That's the end of it. It's a fun toy. Check it out if you can. You can also go to Walmart.com and buy Action Force as well. So that's pretty cool. I mean, hopefully one day we'll see it on... see, Dobby's excited. Hopefully one day we'll see it on the shelves. That'd be great. This is a line that deserves to be on those shelves. Yeah, so... Trans rights are human rights. Next should still be alive. I hope you have a great weekend, or great Friday, or great whatever. Tomorrow I am going to Texas to hang out with my buddy Craig, a.k.a. Not Another Retro Channel. My buddy Dave, the one and only Boston Mike, and we're going to a toy show, and I'm going to film it. And I just realized I didn't film any of this. Spoilers, because I'm not going to cut that part out, because it's funny. I did remember to hit the record button. I'm just an idiot. Trans rights are human rights. Have a wonderful weekend. There should be a video up by Sunday in regards to Texas. We're going to the Texas Toy Show for Saturday, and then I think I convinced the fellas to take me to Jaden's. I've never been to Jaden's. I'm excited about Jaden's. Hopefully we find some neat mask stuff at bargain prices. Until then, ta-ta, take care. If you liked the video, like the video. That'd be great. If you want more, hit the subscribe button. That's how these things work. You get alerts and you'd be like, oh, that fat ass made another video. And then if you have something to say, perhaps a pedestal to stand upon and preach your truth, go ahead and leave a comment. I'm also willing to answer questions in relation to this figure and not in relation to this figure. So there's that. Goodbye.